Welcome back to the Film Files, the podcast where we voyage beyond the stars into the depths of cinematic creation. Today, we're exploring the celestial spheres of the 2019 introspective sci-fi film Ad Astra, featuring Brad Pitt's masterful performance. This film is not merely an epic space adventure. It's a contemplative journey into the human soul set against the infinite canvas of the cosmos. So, strap in as we traverse the interstellar expanse and delve into the heart of a man on a quest to reconnect with his past. The plot unfolds in an unspecified future. Brad Pitt dons the character of Roy McBride, an astronaut defined by his steely calm in the face of the great unknown. He's a solitary figure, emotionally distant due to a life devoted to the rigors of his profession. Yet, when a mysterious cosmic threat endangers Earth, Roy is assigned the task of tracking down his long-lost father, Clifford McBride, thought to have perished on a mission to Neptune. Our solitary protagonist sets off on an odyssey that stretches across the cosmic abyss. As Roy ventures further into the unexplored, he simultaneously embarks on an introspective journey, grappling with the silence within and his feelings of isolation and abandonment. Roy's journey to find his father turns into a dual exploration, outer and inner. He confronts space pirates on the moon, survives a harrowing encounter with a research primate on a deserted spacecraft, and eventually reaches Neptune. Yet, the real journey is within, where he deals with feelings of isolation, regret, and a longing for connection, themes that resonate with the universal human experience. The fascinating array of influences shaping Ad Astra lends it a unique depth and complexity. Notably, the film draws inspiration from several cinematic masterpieces, including Stanley Kubrick's 2001: A Space Odyssey, Francis Ford Coppola's Apocalypse Now, and its literary inspiration, Joseph Conrad's Heart of Darkness. The parallels with 2001: A Space Odyssey are evident in the film's thematic depth and visual grandeur. Just as Kubrick's classic explores the philosophical implications of human evolution, Ad Astra uses its space setting as a canvas to explore human introspection and the inner workings of its protagonist. The slow, deliberate pacing, the meticulous attention to scientific detail, and the stunning visual sequences, particularly the scenes of lunar landscapes and Neptune's rings, all echo the artistic sensibilities of Kubrick's masterpiece. Moving on to Apocalypse Now, Ad Astra mirrors its river journey structure as a narrative tool. Roy's expedition through space mirrors Captain Willard's haunting voyage upriver in Vietnam, both men on a mission to find and confront a once-revered figure now presumed mad. The fathers in both stories, Clifford McBride in Ad Astra and Colonel Kurtz in Apocalypse Now, share thematic commonalities. Both are characters who once held esteemed positions but, in their obsessive pursuits, have lost touch with their humanity. Delving further, we see a strong influence from Heart of Darkness, the novel that served as the basis for Apocalypse Now. Ad Astra parallels Conrad's exploration of the isolation and moral ambiguity faced by those who journey into the unknown. As with Marlowe's journey to find Kurtz, Roy's expedition to locate his father evolves into a study of solitude and the human condition, set against the uncaring backdrop of the vast cosmos. In the end, Ad Astra, though influenced by these classics, forges its unique path. The vision behind Ad Astra is the talented director James Gray, well known for his deeply emotional narratives. Gray co-wrote the movie with Ethan Gross, creating a space drama with a unique human-centric focus. Eschewing the usual alien encounters, Ad Astra prioritizes the solitary journey of a man grappling with his solitude in the seemingly infinite space. Ad Astra is celebrated for its realistic portrayal of space, grounded in scientific accuracy. The filmmaker's collaboration with NASA helped ensure even the minutest details, like the depiction of zero gravity or the eerie silence of space, enhancing the authenticity and immersive nature of the film. Now, let's delve into the lesser-known side of Ad Astra, how the final film differs from director James Gray's preferred version. Gray had intended the film to conclude on a darker, more ambiguous note, underscoring the uncertainty and loneliness of Roy's journey. He envisaged a conclusion that mirrored Joseph Conrad's Heart of Darkness, a key inspiration for the film. However, the production company, 20th Century Fox, opted for a more hopeful and audience-friendly ending. the imposed changes required reshoots and a restructuring of the final act, which brought about additional challenges for the production. Regardless, Gray maintained the integrity of his storytelling, preserving the film's deep introspective focus, even with the changed conclusion. Let's take a moment to appreciate the stellar ensemble cast of Ad Astra. Besides Brad Pitt's poignant portrayal of Roy, we have Tommy Lee Jones playing his estranged father, Clifford McBride. Jones imbues his character with a complex mix of obsession and regret, a man who sacrificed his familial bonds for what he believed was a greater cause. Donald Sutherland appears as Colonel Pruitt, an old friend of Clifford, and a sort of mentor figure to Roy. His character serves as a bridge between father and son, offering Roy insight into the father he barely knew. Interestingly, while Pitt was always the primary choice for the role of Roy McBride, rumor has it that actors such as Tom Cruise and Leonardo DiCaprio were briefly considered. Ultimately, however, Gray felt Pitt's understated yet powerful acting style would lend itself perfectly to the contemplative nature of the film. Brad Pitt took his role as Roy McBride very seriously, delving deep into the psychology of his character. He worked closely with James Gray to develop a nuanced understanding of Roy's emotional journey. Pitt also underwent rigorous physical training to portray an astronaut realistically, which included zero-gravity movement training and extensive sessions in a spacesuit. Upon its release in 2019, Ad Astra received a generally positive response. Critics applauded its stunning visual aesthetics and Brad Pitt's emotionally resonant performance. However, the film's slow pacing and introspective tone were divisive among some viewers. The film may have had a mixed reception, but it stands as a bold exploration of both the final frontier, space, and a much more enigmatic landscape, the human psyche. I truly loved Ad Astra. The slow, thoughtful pace of the film is liberating to me, and Brad Pitt's performance was spot on. The fact that somebody in Hollywood gave this film the green light gives me hope for the future of cinema. However, it's disheartening that audiences today seem to struggle with slower-paced films, ones that value introspection and character development over high-stakes action. This reflects a wider trend that may explain why the film's studio felt compelled to alter the original ending, aiming for a wider appeal rather than sticking to director James Gray's original, potentially darker vision. While it's unclear if Gray's intended ending was ever filmed, it does spark a curiosity. Would we one day get to see the director's true vision, much like we saw Ridley Scott's Blade Runner: The Final Cut? Only time will tell. Ad Astra echoes the profound existential feelings evoked by seminal films like 2001, A Space Odyssey, and Apocalypse Now. Such an experience is increasingly rare in contemporary cinema, making Ad Astra a cinematic gem that should not be missed. And that brings us to the end of this episode of The Film Files, where we embarked on an odyssey into the making of the introspective space drama Ad Astra. If you've enjoyed this celestial and soulful voyage, stay tuned for more captivating tales from the cinematic cosmos. Until then, keep watching and keep exploring.